Hi everyone, or anyone who's actually watching this. Welcome to the first video on this channel. I'm really excited. Actually, I'm David. And I'm really excited, super happy, but also extremely nervous about starting this YouTube channel, putting my work out there for anyone to see. It's really nerve-wracking. But you know what they say, nothing risked, nothing gained. I'm down with you guys leaving good or bad comments as long as it's constructive. If you guys just want to leave mean-spirited comments, go ahead, let your stupidity show. I honestly hope you find something better to do with your life. But with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. That special day, Valentine's Day, is just right around the corner. Here in America, it is actually tomorrow. So if you want to just have some fun, go ahead and enjoy this video. It's not that long, and let's get into it. Let's go. Alright everybody, now that we have our basic lines down, I'm going to go ahead and add some expressions to the faces of these Thresher sharks because I want to separate themselves from each other a little bit more. And as you guys can see, I'm adding some other lines to add some interest, and I'm making a lot of mistakes, but you know what? It's okay. As long as you get better and you improve and you learn from your mistakes, it's okay. Zooming in on the face, adding some eyes and some blushies. Taking a term from Mark Curley right there. If you guys haven't heard about him, he is one of my biggest inspirations for starting this YouTube channel, basically. His content is always amazing. I think he has the largest art channel on YouTube, so go ahead and check him out. But now that we have that said, once we have our details in, all you really got to do right now is just prepare the way to color these sharks. And since I am using digital, I'm just going to go ahead and erase the background from the inside so I can go ahead and add some colors in the next step. Now, I'm not being extremely careful in this part because I can always undo and go back, but if you are using traditional art, make sure to take your time planning and setting aside the space you want to use for your characters, for your main focal point. But since I am using digital, I am able to just go back and erase, basically. So now that we have that out of the way, I wanted to add some colors, and since we are using digital, I didn't really care about coloring inside the lines because I know I can always go back and fix that. I also wanted to add some more details to this because at this point I couldn't really tell if they were sharks or if they were dolphins, so I wanted to add some exaggerated gills to get the point across that these guys are actually sharks and not just some dolphins. Once I finished adding the details to the sharks, I decided to erase, color, and refine because at this point I wasn't happy with how the colors of the sharks came together. It didn't look the way I wanted, it didn't have the texture that I thought it should. I'm not a professional by any means, but I do have a specific thing that I was trying to achieve, and the more I tried to fix it and add to it, the more it got worse, basically. So you know what? I decided to learn from my mistakes and just move along from there. So I started over. Yes, I started over. Instead of using one layer, I decided to go with two, one for the underside of the shark with all the lighter colors, and one for the top side of the shark with the grays and the darker colors. Since I'm not using one layer, the watercolor brush effect doesn't blend them together, so I can go back with a lighter opacity eraser and just get the blended effect that I wanted. And it worked out well for me at this point. I really liked how it turned out. I really just have to add the finalizing details to this piece, and yeah. I decided to start with a pop of red just to give this piece a little bit more color and a little bit more life because at the end of the day, this is a Valentine's Day artwork. And we're using a lot of blues and a lot of grays and dull colors, so the red really pops and just adds some more life and love to this piece. And I'm really excited and really happy with the way it turned out. I just love how those colors work together. At this point, I could see the finish line, but the piece still looked really flat. So I decided to add some highlights to the tops of the shark because I imagined that the sun would hit the waters and just bounce off the tops of these sharks. And since I added the highlights, I went ahead and added some shadows underneath to round it out and make it look a little bit more three-dimensional, adding the signature, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's the end of the video. I'm really excited, super happy. Let me know what you guys think. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.